Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Umajnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Ragunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpadi Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaniswari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarviyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaga Krishnaga Sachidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhi Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the costless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge, Raja Guhyam. And by Krishna's costless mercy, we are in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, understanding Karma Yoga. And we know that karma means action. And anything we do with our working senses, of course, also using our knowledge acquiring senses. Both types of these senses are needed to perform an action. Even though the working senses are used to perform the actions like a motor nervous system, but at that point of time, we should also use our sensory nervous system also, somatosensory system also, to receive the feedback. For example, if you are driving a car, of course, we need to see the road also. We cannot simply drive the car without seeing the road. So for that, we need to see our eyes should also work. So basically, what we understand from Bhagavad Gita, that our body is just a machine and we are forced to act. And the reason we are forced to act, that is because we are controlled by the three modes of nature. And the reason we are controlled by the three modes of nature, that is because we have ahankara, because we think that we are the doer. Even though when the three modes of nature are doing everything, we think that we are the doer. And because of such reason, we are forced to act and we are not the doer, and we think that we are the doer, and then we suffer, basically. The results, we have to face the results. We have to face the consequences. That is the reality of our life. Once we realize and understand that we are not the doer, so then immediately we are losing ahankara, nirahankara. So at that point of time, we are not going to face any consequences, no reactions. That's what in the third chapter we are studying right now, in the Karma Yoga. So Krishna is teaching, even in the second chapter itself, Krishna taught us very clearly that in this life itself, so we will be Ube Sukrita Duskrita. So Buddhi Yukta Jahatiga Ube Sukrita Duskrita. So Buddhi Yukta. So if we are able to act with intelligence, Buddhi Yukta, Jahatiga Ube Sukrita Duskrita. In this life itself, we will be able to free ourselves from both good and bad reactions. Because we don't want any results to affect us. We don't want to face any reactions. So that is the way only we can maintain our life until the time of death without any bondage to this material world. So immediately we need to disconnect from everything in this material world. And then every day we should actually reduce our bondage, reduce our attachments. Meaning we need to cut our all attachments. That's what Krishna is teaching us, that asanga sastrena, dridena chitva. So with the weapon of detachment, we have to cut very strongly. But how it is going to be practical for us? How we can do that? In this endeavor, Krishna is also helping us, supporting us, no doubt about it. But it all depends upon our mindset. What desires we have in our mind. That's what. It all depends upon that one. If we have all kinds of materialistic desires, if we have all kinds of materialistic goals, then it won't work. Then Krishna cannot help us. Krishna cannot support us. We have to give up. We have to give up all such materialistic goals and materialistic desires. And sometimes we are in the middle of something here in this material world. We have to do things. We have to go to work. We have to earn. We have to do a lot. We have to maintain a family. We have to do a lot of other things. So it's not possible to just stop everything, throw away everything, and become like a saint or sannyasi and things like that. That is not possible. But what Krishna is asking us that give up all attachments means we can actually get attached to Krishna. That is possible. And all these things are happening in this world. We are all everyone is stuck at a certain situation, every one of us. So we cannot easily come out of that situation immediately on day one. Of course, our goal is to come out of such situations at some point of time by Krishna's mercy. So, since we cannot stop what we are doing, but we can start connecting ourselves with Krishna, that no one should be able to stop us. We cannot give any excuses for that, because it's all in our mind. When we want to remember Krishna, who can enter into our mind and stop ourselves remembering Krishna? Or whatever activity we are doing, when we want to think that we are doing it for Krishna, who can stop us doing that? No one can do that, because it's only between our mind and ourselves. So nobody can do that. So we should think that we are doing it for Krishna. We should remember Krishna all the time. We should be connected with Krishna all the time. So in whatever activities we are doing, we should not think that that is not for Krishna. So that's what is very important. But of course, we need to do prescribed duties only. So whatever activities we are doing right now, we need to make sure that that is prescribed. That is niyatam karma. That's very important. Because Krishna very clearly taught us in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita that keep all abominable activities at a far distance. Durenege avaram karma. So if we are doing any such abominable activities, we are in a situation, we should stop. We should immediately stop doing such things. But niyatam karma, we need to perform prescribed duties. So that way we need to reduce our needs in this world. That's what is very important. Material needs should be minimized. That's very important. We cannot keep on going after materialistic things. And whatever we need, Krishna arranges. If we really think that we want to become very rich, I want to make a lot of money so that I can serve Krishna better, so that I can use all that money in Krishna's service, I can make a lot of devotees, then go ahead and do it. We should do it. But not for our own sense gratification, not for our social status. We should not be thinking about what others are thinking about us. We should only be thinking about what Krishna is thinking about us. What Krishna is, how are we able to please Krishna or not? That is the main question here. There is no point in pleasing each and everyone here in this material world by displeasing Krishna. So by not pleasing Krishna, we are not going to get anything permanent. Here, pleasing someone in this material world, we can get something temporary gains. Because here we cannot please anyone for an unlimited amount of time. That is not possible. We cannot please anyone always. That is not going to be possible at all. It's very difficult. So we should end this game of pleasing others in this material way. Because our goal is to only please Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So for that, we need to gain this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which no one can stop us doing that, because Bhagavad Gita is there, an online book is there. We have smartphones. Everyone has got smartphones. We can go to vedabase.io website and Bhagavad Gita. We can start reading each and every sloka, understand it. And our lectures are also recorded, and it's there in Zoom, YouTube videos. And every day we have this Zoom Bhagavad Gita lecture also. So that way, there are so many opportunities for us to read and understand this Bhagavad Gita and get connected with Krishna. All these opportunities, we need to effectively make use of these opportunities. Because it takes a long time for us to really progress in this Krishna consciousness. Even though Krishna is saying that without any delay, that is true only because in Krishna's point of view, the time-wise, Krishna himself is the time. So for him, it doesn't look like it's a longer time. But Krishna also very clearly is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita that it will take many lifetimes. Aneka janma samsiddha, bahunam janmanam ante. So it's going to take many lifetimes. So in this life, with this body, whatever we can do, we should do it. Whatever progress we can make, we should make it. This is the time. This is the time for us to serve Krishna, make progress, make plans, and make devotees, and spread this Bhagavad Gita. So this is the time. So if we make use of this opportunity very well, so then the reward is going to be much higher. Krishna's mercy, we are going to please Krishna, we are going to get peace of mind, we are going to be happy, and we will be able to receive Krishna's mercy. And Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita very clearly that by my mercy, all your problems are solved. That's it. When Krishna's mercy is there, we don't have to worry about anything. All our problems are solved. So that way, Bhagavad Gita is the solution for all our problems, what we are facing in this way. So through Bhagavad Gita, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we understand and refer to Bhagavad Gita and follow this Bhagavad Gita, all the instructions of Krishna very sincerely, very faithfully, so then all our problems are completely solved. We will go to Krishna. There is no doubt about it. That's what we are aiming. We are aiming to study and understand this Bhagavad Gita so that we can go to Goloka. The end result is Krishna only. With this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna is teaching many, many times in Bhagavad Gita that you will come to me. Otherwise, this material well, again we have to come. That we are reminding ourselves every class almost. We have to come again in this material world, take another material body and take birth and again grow, old age, disease and death and get so much of attachments to this material world. All such things is happening in our life. So we need to give up. So that is possible only by this Bhagavad Gita knowledge only. So with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we understand Krishna is pervading this entire universe. With this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we understand that Krishna is there in each and everyone's heart as the super soul. So we understand Krishna has got Viswarupa, he has got Deva Rupa, he has got Manusha Rupa, everything we understand. And we understand very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are so many gods, but we know that Krishna is the Supreme God. That's what is very important. And we know that very well, everything comes from Krishna. That's why Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita that Epi Anya Devata Bhaktaha Yajante Shraddhayanvita Tepi Mameva Kaunteya Yajanti Avidipurva. So those who are devotees of other gods and worship them with faith, they are actually worshipping only me, but in the wrong way. So let us worship Krishna in the right way, Vidipurvakam. Instead of Avidipurvakam, Vidipurvakam. There is knowing very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Name Vidiku Suraganaga, Prabhavam Nam Akarshega, Aham Adirga Devanam Akarishinam Cha Sarvasaga. That's what Krishna is saying. So no one knows, even the demigods or the great sages, no one knows about me because I am the source of demigods and the sages, great sages, Maharishis. So Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and everything comes from Krishna. So that way it is not at all possible for us to know Krishna ourselves only with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore directly Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita about himself. Everything. Arjuna is asking so many wonderful questions to Krishna. Arjuna is asking Krishna to reveal his universal form also, Vishwarupa also, which we know. We know how Krishna's Vishwarupa looks like. Even though we don't have divine eyes to see them, but Krishna's causeless mercy, we are able to understand in the viewpoint of Arjuna. How Arjuna saw Krishna's universal form, Vishwarupa, we are able to understand very well because Arjuna is explaining to Krishna directly what he is seeing in his universal form, Vishwarupa. So this knowledge, where else we can get? Only in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita only we are knowing about Krishna's universal form. And in Bhagavad Gita only we are knowing about Krishna's opulences. Krishna is the ultimate. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything is coming from Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything. All such things we are getting again and again from Bhagavad Gita. Atava bahunaitena kimyatena tavarjuna vishchabhyakam idam kritsnam ekam sena sito jagat. So what need is there, Arjuna, for you to know all these things? Just with a single fragment of my energy, I pervade this entire universe. That's what Krishna is teaching. Atava bhagunaitena kimyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyagam idam kritsnam ekam sena sito jagat. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are going to go to Goloka. So because Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So we understand it. And we have full faith. We have no confusion. We have no doubt. Because Bhagavad Gita is giving us all the needed information, knowledge, everything. So we understand about Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, everything we understand. Krishna is teaching very, very elaborately, giving complete knowledge. Even in the 12th chapter, in the last lecture, we understood about like what are all the qualities which will make us become dearer to Krishna. Krishna has listed everything. So that means we understand Krishna's expectations. In the 12th chapter, sloka number 13 to 20, Krishna is listing very, very clearly that these are all the qualities, I like them. So they are dearer to me. So that means we know how to please Krishna. We know how to go to Goloka, how to remember Krishna, how to please Krishna. Everything we know. We just have to understand all this knowledge and we just have to gain these qualities. That's what is very important. So when we are attached to Krishna, automatically we will gain all these qualities. When we are getting this Bhagavad Gita knowledge as it is, and when we are attached to Krishna completely, these qualities will get just with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that means this Bhagavad Gita knowledge brings us all these qualities. That's what is very important. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge gives us all these qualities. We are getting the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and we will gain all the qualities what we need actually. And we will give up all other demoniac qualities also. That's not going to be there with us. And then because once we are connected with Krishna all the time, 24/7, if we are in Krishna consciousness, then there is no modes of control, modes of nature controlling us. So that means there is no kama and krodha also. Kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhavaga. So this kama and krodha, they are created, they are formed only from the rajoguna, produced from only the rajoguna. When we are free from the gunas, then there is no kama and krodha. So that means we will not be committing any sins. Adakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaga anichanapi varshane baladiva niyojita. So by what one is simple to sinful acts unwillingly as if engaged by force. Krishna said that it's kama and krodha which is produced from the rajoguna. But if we have the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we surrender unto Krishna, when we do everything for Krishna, so then we are freed from the three modes of material nature. So that means we will not have any kama and krodha. So that means we will not commit any sins. So that is the way. That is the way to not commit any sinful acts in this world. So simply by surrendering unto Krishna, that's it. Simply by freeing ourselves from the three modes of nature. Because just by surrendering unto Krishna means by rendering devotional service to Krishna, we are freed from all the modes of nature. That's what is happening. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have finished 14 shlokas in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So In the sloka number 13 in the third chapter, what we studied, Krishna is teaching us there. Yajnashishta sinaga santo muchyante sarvakil vishayi Gunjate te tvagam papa ye pachantyatmakaranat. Yajnashishta sinaga santo. So, after offering to Krishna, if we eat, so the devotees, so they are muchante sarva kilpasigi. They are freed from all sins. That's what muchante sarva kilpasigi. But whereas, if we prepare food only for our gratification, sense enjoyment, e pachanti atma karanat, so they eat only sins, verily sin. That's it. Gunjate te agam papa. That's what Krishna is teaching. So the devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. That's it. So that way we need to offer everything to Krishna. Whatever we eat, whatever we make, we need to offer to Krishna. That's why yad karosi, yad dasnasi, yad jugosi tadasiyati, yad tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madarpram. Whatever you eat, yad dasnasi tat kurusva madarpram, you offer to me. That's what Krishna is teaching. So then in the next sloka, sloka number 14, what we studied in the last class, that Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaga Yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajnaga karma samudbhavaga Annat bhavanti bhutani. So the living entities, they subsist on grains. Annat bhavanti bhutani. Whereas parjanyat anna sambhavaga. Whereas this anna, the grains are produced from the rains. We know that very well. How the rains are produced? Yajnat bhavati parjanyo. So from yajna, from the performance of sacrifices, by offering everything to Krishna, the rain is produced. So yajnat bhavati parjanyo, yajnaka karma samudbhavaga. So from karma, from the actions, yajna is produced because we have to act. In order to perform yajna, we have to act. That's what yajnartat karmano. Yajnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma pantaraga. So that means we need to act in order to perform yajna. So that's why karma. So yajnaka karma samudbhavaga. So all living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So yajna is born of prescribed duties. Now in the next sloka, how the karma is produced. So yajnaka karma samudbhavaga, but karma brahmodbhavam viddhi. Karma brahmodbhavam viddhi. Brahmakshara samudbhavam. Karma brahmodbhavam viddhi. Brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam. So that karma is produced from the Vedas. That's what brahmodbhavam viddhi. For us, this Veda is the Bhagavad Gita itself is enough. We just have to act. That karma is produced for us from Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita, we need to do. That's what Krishna himself is very clearly teaching in the 4th chapter. Krishna is teaching us that kim karma kimma karmeti kavyopyatra mohitaka tate karma pravachyami ajnatva mokshashaya subhat. So I will explain to you. I shall explain to you what is karma, by knowing which you will be freed from the miseries of material existence. So that way, karma is actually in this Bhagavad Gita itself. So karma brahmodbhavam viddhi. So that is the Vedas. So brahma akshara samudbhavam. So that Brahma is coming from the akshara samudbhavam. That is from Krishna, from the Supreme Personality of God. So that way, annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavaga yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajnaka karma samudbhavaga karma brahmodbhavam viddhi brahma akshara samudbhavam. That Brahma Tasmat sarvagatam Brahma nityam yajne pratishthitam is always situated in yajna. So nityam yajne pratishthitam. So that's why this yajna is very important. Whatever we do, we have to offer to Krishna. So what does that mean? So that means we should not claim the results. So that means we should not be attached to the results. So that means we should not be affected by the results. That's what is very important. So then we are doing it yajna. So how we can prove that whatever we are doing, it is yajna? So only when we are not affected by the results, when we are not attached to the results, we are not, at that time we are doing yajna. So that's what is very important. So that's why tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratisthito. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, all pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 15th sloka in the 3rd chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Timir Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Timir Prabhu. Are you able to unmute Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Guruji. Oh, sorry, I thought I unmuted.
No problem. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I request all the devotees to kindly use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Venkat Nagarjun Prabhu and Mithun Prabhu. Venkat Nagarjun Prabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Mithun Prabhu has a question. He asks, Hare Krishna Guruji, is yajna defined as act of sacrifice?
Yes, yajna means whatever we are doing it, all the actions, the result should be offered to Krishna, because Krishna is the owner. Krishna is the enjoyer of all yajnas. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. Ahamgi sarva yajnana bhoktacha prabhurevacha. So that way, anything we do, if we are doing it for Krishna, then that is called yajna. So that's why yajnatat karmano anyatra. Anyatra means any other activities which are not done as yajna. That means if we are after the results, if we are attached to the results, so then that will bind us to this material world, bondage to work in this world. So that way, whatever we do, it should be yajna only. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
By Krishna's mercy, I am fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji, for clarification. So in that purport, they wrote the righteousness is located in sacrifice. So I was, okay, yajna means sacrifice. I was trying to connect.
A sacrifice means it's sacrificing the results. Not in general, when we say sacrifice, then they think about sacrificing animals. So that is not at all discussed here. That is not the right thing. Sacrifice means you are sacrificing the results to Krishna. You are knowing very well that the results belong to Krishna. You are not claiming the results. So that's what.
And what is the highest yajna, Guruji?
Jnana yajna and japa yajna. So Krishna is saying that jnana yajna, sarvam karma akilam partha jnane parisamapyate. What we are doing is jnana yajna, and then yajnanam japa yajnosmi. Of all the yajnas, I am the japa yajna. So this studying Bhagavad Gita and chanting Hare Krishna, these are the topmost yajnas. So they both we are doing every day. During our Bhagavad Gita class, we are chanting. Japa yajna we are doing. We are studying Bhagavad Gita. Jnana yajna we are doing. So this is yajna. Yes,
even when we are studying for enlightening ourselves, Guruji, right? So how are
yeah, but we are studying what Krishna is teaching us, Bhagavad Gita. That's what is very important.
Okay.
We are listening to Krishna. We are connected with Krishna. Yes.
So we learn and how do we give it back to Krishna? Like by
That's
doing
correct.
what he says.
Yes.
Okay, Guruji.
Yes, bro.
So by learning and by doing what he says is our yajna for Krishna.
That's it. That's it. We are connected with Krishna. That's correct. Yes.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Ravin Prabhu has raised his hand.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, wonderful class, Guruji. Thanks for keeping Krishna consciousness, Guruji, constantly. Guruji, I have a question. Before the class, during the lecture, you mentioned that whoever is praying other god, they are doing incorrectly. So can you please explain, give 3 examples of incorrectness that we do?
That's correct. If we are not understanding this Bhagavad Gita, if we don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so then that's where is the mistake we are doing it. So that's what Aviti Purvakam. So if we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we understand, we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then it is the right way of doing it. So if you are going to any other God, if you are worshipping any other God, so we should know that Krishna is the Supreme God. That's very important. So if you go to any other temple, we need to know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So that to that deity, you need to chant Hare Krishna only. So any god, any other gods you go, you chant Hare Krishna. So that's what is very important. Yes.
So basically, knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and all the offerings goes to him is the right thing, and that is the mistake we are doing by praying to other gods.
Exactly. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna to Guruji, Hare Krishna, all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. There are no more questions. So thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also.
Yes, Mataji. With
No
Krishna's
question.
blessing.
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Ashashim Mataji, Hare Krishna. Gayatri Shivakumar Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mahinder Shukla Prabhu. SK Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for the very nice lecture.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Guruji. No question from my side, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam.
Really interesting class. And today you have reminded us that we are daily participating in the Yajna and Jap
Yes,
Yajna.
Prabhu.
And it is the beautiful explanation. Really, daily we are learning and we are strengthening our knowledge on Lord Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for all your help in inviting us daily in your Yajna. We are part and parcel of that. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for the class. So what today I took back is that the material nature is acting over us, but if we make up our mind or our mindset is dependent on Krishna, then we can, this will not act on us. But yes, Guruji, that's very correct. But in the whole day or in our daily life, this material nature will act on us anyways, no, Guruji? Only we will get more
If we are
strength to
engaged
deal
in
with.
Krishna's service, it won't act on us. It won't force us.
But then the other part of it is that the karma is we are going to face. Krishna has nothing to do with that. We have created our own karmas.
Yeah, but when we are satisfied in Krishna consciousness, when we are serving Krishna, connected with Krishna, then we are freed from the modes of nature. At that point of time, there is no duty is there for us to do. Nothing is going to force us to do anything.
Yes, Guruji, but the outside circumstances, good or bad, will appear in front of us and we will act or
No,
react.
that's why that we will depend on Krishna, and Krishna will help us. So that way, that's what Krishna is teaching us, that he will take care. So he will make sure the atmosphere is very conducive for liberation.
Okay.
See, the other outside circumstances is acting on us because it's because of our own attachments. If we are attached to only Krishna, we are ourselves avoiding all other influences, then nothing is going to affect us.
Correct, Guruji. So
that part you understand, correct, Mataji?
Yes. So so when we say modes of nature, so it depends on which mode of nature I am at this point of time when I'm talking to you. My circumstance at this point of time is that I am talking to you, I'm in the mode of goodness. At present, I'm hearing Krishna's lecture, talk. My community is around me, is very conducive. So, yes. So sometimes we are not in that, the circumstances overpower us. So at that point of time, I am not able to control that mode of nature of mine.
That's why we should be always engaged in Krishna's service. Once you are connected with Krishna, then always you are free from the modes of nature. So if you are not engaged in Krishna's service, then we are controlled by the modes of nature.
Okay.
So that's why 24/7 we should be connected with Krishna only.
Okay, Guruji. Correct. Which
if we
needs
are
a lot
disconnected from Krishna, then we are controlled by Maya immediately.
Okay. So whatever the circumstances outside, it is our inner mindset that we determine to be connected to Krishna.
That's correct. That's why Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita, which I quoted many times in the past. We should actually vivikta sevitvam, aratiki jana samsid. So we should be aspiring to live in a solitary place and abstain from the general mass of people. Vivikta desa sevitvam. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So that way we should not be influenced by others. We will not be affected by others.
Yes, Guruji. Very nice. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, for a wonderful class. I feel Krishna is always with us.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy is there.
If we're rendering service of Krishna daily, then surely we reach to the goal.
We will reach to Goloka. Krishna's mercy, we have no doubt, Mataji. Krishna's causeless mercy is there.
Yes, Guruji.
So we are all on the right path, right direction.
Yes.
We are all on the way to Goloka. We are all traveling now to Goloka.
Yes, Guruji. Krishna conscious gives me a lot of support, Guruji.
Lot of meaning to our life.
Yeah. We are very grateful to you keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chandrakanta Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. It's very nice, Guruji, to attend the class every day. Otherwise, when I miss Sunday, I missed 2 days. It was a break for me, Guruji. It was some kind of a break. I feel, Guruji, that vacuum, I feel. That is what it is, Guruji. We get connected to Krishna. These are all the means. Every day we have to attend class. That is also one way of connecting. And our swabhava will be always there, Guruji, because based on our karma, we have brought the swabhava. What I feel is based on my experience of 1 year Krishna consciousness. What I feel, the swabhava will be there. Nowadays, whenever I'm acting on that particular swabhava, the Krishna within me will remind me, what are you doing? What are you doing? That will come. Again and again, I'll be making the mistake. I'll also tell Krishna, even though you're reminding, I'm making the same mistake, not as a different mistake. Same mistake I'll be doing. It is up to you because of this swabhava is so strong. I'm doing the same mistake. That will happen. But the only advantage is in this path. Now, at least every day, whenever I'm doing that particular swabhava-wise act, reminder will come. No, what I'm doing is not correct. This is not correct. This is not correct. Like that, this swabhava I should not continue. Like that, one kind of inner Krishna who is within us, he'll tell Guruji. That's what I'm feeling, Guruji. But best the karma should go, I think, no, Guruji. Then only that swabhava will subside. For example, if we are getting angry, if we are so reactive, these are the small things in our life we'll be doing. So the swabhava we should get reduced. I think over the time, Krishna will decide when to zero down that. That's what
it will happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of time.
Up to the Krishna, he will decide to zero. Oh, this now, okay, I clear this like that. Unless for everything, Guruji, unless whatever, unless his mercy is there, nothing can move. A grass cannot also move.
Without Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
You can't even study this Bhagavad Gita without Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji. We cannot study Bhagavad Gita also. We cannot listen to you also. Only surrendering to him. That is the only thing. Then he will decide and he knows what to give. That's what I'm decided, Guruji. He knows what to give. But only thing is I have to surrender to him and always be in the Krishna consciousness. That's all. Maximum time, whatever he gives mercy. That's what I'll also pray and also seek your blessings to be in 24 hours Krishna consciousness in our samsara only. In this samsara only, how to be like that. I'll only seek his mercy, Guruji. If his mercy is there, I can do 24 hours.
Krishna's mercy is there. We will definitely get there. No doubt.
Yes. I seek your blessings also, Krishna's mercy, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for a wonderful class, Guruji, and thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousnness. Like you said today, Guruji, whenever we go to other gods also, now automatically Hare Krishna only is coming.
Yes.
Previously, we used to, tell the other names, but now even when we try, automatically we are only the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna comes. Hare Krishna. Yes.
And another thing I noticed, Guruji, whenever I eat, almost every day I keep prasadam and only eat. So whenever I eat the prasadam and eat, I feel healthier itself compared to eating outside food. And so much so that I now don't even want to eat any, outside food.
Exactly, that's very nice. Yes, only food in the mode of goodness we can offer to Krishna and eat.
Yes,
that's all. All these changes are happening. Correct, Mataji? We are seeing such changes. This is the effect of the studying Bhagavad Gita. All of us are noticing such changes in our life, so that will automatically happen. Mataji, Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Guruji. And how does Krishna bless the prasadam, Guruji? I mean, what is the science or anything behind prasadam? Offering it to Krishna.
Offering it to Krishna is only love. We are showing our love and devotion to Krishna, because Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita that Patram Pushpam Param Toyam Yume Bhaktya Prayachadi Tadakam Bhakti Upagradam Ashnami Prayatatmana. Krishna himself says that I take it. Okay. So when you offer with love and devotion, so there is Bhaktya Mam Patram Pushpam Palam Toim Yomam Bhaktya Prayachati. Bhaktya Prayachati. So that way, when we are offering prasadam to Krishna, we know that nothing is reduced from that, but that doesn't mean that Krishna is not accepting it. Krishna is already saying in Bhagavad Gita that asnami prayatat manaya. So I will take it with my full mind, like when we offer with the devotion. So that's what is going to happen, Mataji. So that way, Krishna is there everywhere, correct? Krishna is that way he can take it. He can. So scientifically, it is possible. Krishna is tasting it because Krishna is there in even each and every atom. Krishna is inside, outside, everywhere. So that way, Krishna can taste that prasadam. There is no doubt about it. You understand that, Mother?
Yes, Guruji. And then we mix it with the rest of the food, right? Like we keep a little bit,
yes,
and then we mix it with the rest of the food. Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. By Krishna's mercy, my mother's operation has gone well, and
yes,
she's right now. She's right now in ICU recovery, I think they call it, in Hyderabad only. So I will call them in an hour or so and check again.
You were able to talk with her, talk with your mother, Prabhu?
Not after the operation. Before the operation, I did.
Okay.
But after the operation, it got delayed for whatever reasons, but it is done, and
she
now
will
she
be fine.
Yeah. So thank you.
So you are also going in another 1 week, correct, Prabhu? In 1 week's time.
Yes, exactly 1 week. So next Tuesday I'm leaving.
Yes,
so yeah, we couldn't go faster, but it's okay. So
yes. By the time she recovers to a certain extent,
so she should be home by then, because next 2-3 days they'll make her walk and something like that. So but thanks for everybody's prayers and Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Prabhu. It's all Krishna's mercy is there.
Yeah, looks like it will be in good direction, and it will be good that I'll be there. So
yes, Prabhu.
To help her for next 3 weeks. So
you can be with her and help her in this time. It is a very good thing. Yes, Prabhu. It's very nice.
Yes, Guruji. So thank you for the class, and I am seeing the influence, like Sumati Mataji, everybody's saying in my life also. Like I do my work. I am not attached to my work, but I think I'm doing a better job by being a little detached, because I'm able to step away and get a bigger picture of the work itself. So, I think that is helping me in work also, and the personal life. I think with kids and other relationships, it is definitely helping. And I'm trying to spread the knowledge. I feel it is impacting me. So thank you for your constant guidance and
thank you
and support, Guruji, and wishing you the best for your family also. So Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful
Hare
class.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabi, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very, very nice session, Guruji, as well as the Karma Yoga is there. And then slowly, I'm finding that we are actually, by learning all this, we are going from the negative side to the positive thinking. Everything what happens, so you take everything positive. And one more experience is like Sumati Mataji said that whenever we go to the God, any God, then naturally the Hare Rama, Hare Krishna only is coming out of this, Guruji. So that is also happening naturally, Guruji.
Yes.
It's a very nice experience, Guruji.
It's very nice, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy. So Krishna's mercy.
Yeah, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Namaskara, Guruji.
Namaskar, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Yeah, see, nothing to add more. I think Chandrakant Mataji and Sumati Mataji, they gave the practical approach.
Yes.
I think it's very, very practical, the way they have told. So
Yes.
most of the bhaktas, the state of mind is like that only.
Yes.
The one view is the Supreme Krishna, why we call it, it is nothing but he is imparting the knowledge and the way of life, and there is a science behind it. So that is why he is saying, Guruji, it is not that Krishna or through Krishna you are telling us, don't go to Ganesha, don't go to Muruga, don't go to Shiva. Nobody is discouraging. They can do the same way. The ultimate thing is, the moral is, wherever you go with some expectation for some result, correct? Since Bhagavad Gita is nothing but it is a knowledge intelligence. So Krishna is giving that intelligence. That intelligence itself is saying that don't expect anything and don't expect anything in return which Krishna doesn't give or he gives. Accept it as a prasada. So the tatparya is that only.
Yes.
So why Krishna is supreme? Because you are totally surrendering to him without any expectation. So the knowledge which is imparted, you are acquiring those intelligence. That intelligence will create a state of mind. Then your Subhava become that state of mind. When you become that state of mind, you will not go for any short-term gain or anything. So the Bhagavad Gita, the whole thing what you are teaching us, it is for long-term goal. Then nothing is short-term. So that is what Guruji, I think, so whatever the preaching or whatever it is written in the slokas, ultimately that you get your knowledge, get your intelligence, surrender yourself, and you come to me, I will take care of you, ultimately.
Yes.
So no Prabhuji, Mataji should get discouraged that Krishna is saying or Guruji is saying, don't go to Shiva, don't go to Ganesha. Actually, the meaning is not that.
When we are busy in serving Krishna, we really don't have time. Prabhu, that's another thing.
Correct.
That doesn't mean that we are ignoring other gods, but we really don't have time because we are so busy in serving Krishna. Because Krishna is teaching Bhagavad Gita that Sarvesu Kalesu Mam Manusmarad. So always remember me. So when we are always remembering Krishna 24/7, then we don't have any time to remember anyone else. That is the main point. Yes.
Yeah, so ultimately the nature is giving us through Krishna and it goes back to him only.
Yes.
We are in between
based on, because of this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, that is the main thing. This knowledge is the key. If you have the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we know that Krishna himself says that Yomam evam asammudo jnanati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharat. So anyone who knows without any confusion that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the knower of everything, he will engage in my devotional service in all respects. So that's what is happening. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji. So nice and wonderful. I also, like Chandrakant Mataji, I missed Sunday due to some this thing I could not able to attend. Yeah, it is creating a vacuum. Yeah, that vacuum is getting created. I could realize it.
Yes.
So the appetite is created now. Yeah, Krishna through you.
Because we are enjoying every class. We are enjoying.
Yeah, exactly.
And we miss that.
Thank you, Guru. Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Palaniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
So today's class is really very much interesting. Even the question answers, I will say, starting from Mataji, Smati Mataji, our Tabi Prabhu and our Mani Prabhu, all were explaining that what is their experience. That is the real experience of each and everybody who I think most probably attending I will not say attending, most probably praying your class. That way I will say. All are slowly changing themselves to Krishna's this thing. This shows that. Indirectly we are getting that this thing. Each and everybody thinks that even though they were praying previously the different gods, now after attending the class they started Krishna's this thing, mercy, and we are that is the basic thing. At today's class is again one more interesting thing is that we have to minimize our material needs. That is the thing which you explained, and for what purpose is to be minimized is even money, even if he earned, that is to be totally spent for Krishna's.
Krishna, yes.
That only. So that way it is very much interesting today's class. And one more thing you explained in between for some answer, giving answer to some devotee that you have to be in a place where general mass is less.
Yes.
That I don't know whether Krishna himself is saying that, sir?
Yes. Yes, Krishna is teaching in the 13th chapter. When Arjuna asks the question about what is the like Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, everything when Arjuna asks, at that time Krishna is giving the answer about Jnana. So the knowledge means actually to get detached from the family, like children and the house and everything, and also to live, aspiring to live in a solitary place. So that's what Krishna is teaching. I'm just sharing that for you.
Oh, that is
So,
very
yeah, humility, pridelessness, non-violence,
thing.
tolerance, simplicity. Are you able to see? I'm sharing the screen. Prabhu, are you able to see that? Approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from the entanglement with children, wife, and home, and the rest, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place. That's what Vivikta Desa Sevitvam. Detachment from the general mass of people. That is Aratigi Jana Samsati. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth, all these I declare to be knowledge. And besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yatato anyata. Is that now you understand that?
Very, very well understood. Very well understood.
Yes.
So that means that some of the people going out of this thing and living separately in some place that is like forest or something, the olden days, that is really Krishna himself is saying that you have to.
Yeah, that is the knowledge. That is the knowledge. We should not be in the middle of course, if you want to, for us, we cannot do that because we want to identify a lot of devotees and make them devotees, correct? So we have to just do that. But at the same time, we should make sure that we should not mingle with the materialistic people and get ourselves influenced.
We have to, as we have to reduce that material needs to be reduced. These are all material needs. Those material needs are to be totally reduced.
Exactly.
So that is the basic thing. So that is the thing. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Shivas, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kadiravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, are you hearing, Guruji?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm able to hear you.
Okay, Guruji. Today's class is very wonderful class, Guruji. One section is very best one. We are minimize. Requirement is our requirement is very minimum. It's very wonderful, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Thank you for the
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
All the
Krishna,
devotees.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji. As usual, I missed that class, Guruji, but I managed to chant along with you, Guruji. And I heard the comment from Sumati Mataji as well. That happens in my life, Guruji. That's a great transformation. Because when I visit, especially I'm very fond of visiting Kali temple on Saturdays. And the first thing, immediately when they do the Deeparadhana, from somewhere it comes Hare Rama, the Maha mantra only comes, Guruji. Wherever I go, whichever idol deity I look, naturally, Guruji, it immediately comes. And whenever there is a slight amount of fear creeps in, immediately the Maha mantra kickstarts, Guruji. Somewhere that magical things happen. Let's say if I'm in doubtful or if I want to say something, somewhere there is a voice comes in and a Maha mantra naturally started playing from inside out, Guruji, from myself. That's a great transformation, Guruji. Another thing, Mataji was asking the science behind the prasadam, Guruji, and that's a great effort, Guruji. When I recite Maha mantra and cook and offer to Krishna, the vibration gets into that, Guruji. That's a reason in Srirangam when the food is offered to Dhanvantari Bhagwan and Lord Ranganathan and all, that food has a magical healing effect, Guruji. Very much magical. So the same we are making it happen here, especially when I chant with you, then my breakfast is lying next to me. After that, when I eat, it comes to Guruji. When a telephone signal, a mere material 3G, 4G signal comes in, you can see how powerful this chantings and all. That's much powerful than these things, signals. 30 years ago, no one can imagine, Guruji, we can do such a video conference, right? 35, 40 years ago, if someone say, someone from Texas will teach you Bhagavad Gita, no one would have been imagined all these things, Guruji, but it is happening. Similarly, Guruji.
That's why we are in the right time now to study Bhagavad Gita. We are in the best time.
Yes, Guruji.
We are living in the best time.
Yes, Guruji. Everything we can comprehend, we can match, we learn. Yes. So to answer Mataji's question, this is this wonderful thing, offering prasadam, especially when we recite while cooking, then offer to Krishna and eat. That is sufficient, Guruji. God will take care of it, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Gayatri Shivakumar Madhavi. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.